Welcome to Animal Rescue Postmortem, where we analyze animal rescue videos from around the world, breaking down techniques, outcomes, and the critical decisions that make these rescues succeed or fail. Hosted by Chief Carmack, who holds certifications in multiple technical rescue specialties and has over 40 years of experience in human and animal rescue. Get ready for an insightful look at these life-saving operations.
Volume 9, video number 18. You're on the beach or edge of the water and you're looking and you see something against the skyline and you go, what in the world is that? Just floating in the sky, or appears to be floating in the sky, right? Oh my, it's a bat. Or it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a bat. It's a flying fox bat. That's up in the air. It appears to be out over the water. You know what? I think we've seen another video with this guy in it. Yeah, the same lady. Like, what was that? Just a few videos back when there was a koala up there. Koala in the Tree, Volume 9, video number 13. Okay, so he's got a... He's got a tree maintenance, a pole saw type device there, it looks like. And they're probably like, okay, that's not going to work, so let's zip tie or cable tie a utility knife out on the end of a extension pole here, and then we'll get this bat in our net, and then we'll cut that. And they did it. So we'll talk about this. Let's just watch it here for a moment, and then we'll go back on the video here. There you go. More use of the towel. All right, we'll go back to this. We need animal handling gloves on, people. Particularly here where you have the possible transmission of zoonotic diseases. You absolutely must wear gloves. Alright, let me go back. Alright, so we're assessing the situation here. They're equipped. They brought extension poles, a net, and they're going to have a ladder, and then they've got the pole saw, but it looks like the saw portion's removed, but they've got that little cutter that's on some pole saw heads there.
You like the video you're watching right now? Let me take a brief moment to remind you how important it is that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free. Give it a thumbs up if you like the content. Share it on your social media. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Visit our website for important and useful emergency and disaster preparedness information. And then don't forget, we're totally funded by donators like you, so please make a donation. Okay, let's get back to the video.
And we're going to get him up in that tree with a ladder, which is exactly what you want. We prefer an extension ladder because then we can get way up in there, and we're not into the tree itself and using the tree where we're in the tree, but we're not using the tree. We're using the ladder to step on. Now, I'm gonna flash a particular type of hooked blade that you can put in utility knives here that are really good for grabbing a piece of rope, twine, or whatever that's hanging up. Like in this particular situation, it's got a hook in the end of the blade. You can pull that hook, capture that, and cut it. It looks like they got it with this here, but I wouldn't count on that. Cutting fishing line, unless the blade on this thing is really close to the shearing surface. All right, now we've got them in a net. Once again, they used this net in that previous run. We want a net where we can cinch cinch down that net and not have to twist the net and turn it to keep the animal contained in there. And then once again, you see how they're having to pick that net from around and disentangle the animal from that net. You don't end up with that as much when you're using a fine mesh net. They just don't get, there's not as much for them to get caught up in. You can see here how they're having to pick all of that from around it, and he is putting his hands in the danger zone of coming into contact with something that can puncture his skin, and that's just something that you just don't want to do. We're always trying to prevent that. Here in the United States, bats are notorious for carrying rabies. I don't know about other countries, but in the United States, there's always the potential for rabies contact here. Zoonotic disease, something that you absolutely don't want. So why not use gloves to protect yourself? And I mean, the end result is this. I've said it so many times. If it breaks the skin, if you get a bite and it breaks the skin, the animal's going to have to be killed, have its head chopped off, and then sent to a lab for testing. So what have you accomplished by doing that? You've put yourself at risk. You've killed the animal because you wouldn't take just some basic precautions to prevent an injury. So that's not cool. But I like how they did this rescue. I'm going to give them 5 stars for this. Because it worked out well. Actually, I want to knock it down to 4 because, hey, you need gloves, people. Stop doing this without gloves. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to go, but I've done it 10,000 times without gloves and nothing's ever happened. All it takes is once. Right? All right, I've spoken everything that's important, I think, about this video. That's it.